All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So I vowed to give you the best affordable phones that I could possibly give to you and bring to you on the channel in 2020. And I decided to go ahead and start with this device right here. This is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8. Now, I paid $159 for this model. It comes in different models. It comes in a 32 3 gig, which is what I have. And then it comes in a 64 4 gig model. And then it comes in a 6 gig, 128 gig model. So this is something that you have to choose. Now, I only chose this one just to keep the cost down, and I've been transparent about that. I decided to keep it to get the most affordable one just to do so. But you don't have to go with this model. You could go with if you plan on keeping it, I recommend that you go with the highest model because in my experience, this 32 gig version, I mean, it's fantastic. It's no problems whatsoever. No crashes, no stutters. A little not as speedy a device. It's not a slow device by any means, but it's not. When you put it next to something that's got more RAM, you probably would notice, okay, yeah, great, this thing is a little bit different. One thing I did notice about the phone is the RAM management on here is actually pretty decent. Pardon the airplane if you hear that. Got the windows open. It's pretty nice out, 74 degrees. But the RAM management is actually fantastic on this phone. I had no problems with it for a speedy device, if you will. Not speedy, for opening apps and keeping things in memory. But again, when you start to compare it to other phones, you get the gist of, okay, yeah, I can tell that this phone has 3 gigs of RAM. I haven't been in a situation where it used up all the RAM. I haven't experienced that yet, where I got that low memory. Sometimes you get that low memory message on some Android phones. Salute. You get that low memory message, but I haven't gotten that on here. Now, I've given you a camera review. I've talked about performance in other videos. I gave you a first impressions and all these things. It's a great phone. How many $159 phones has 4 cameras on the back and then they're actually really good? I like the portrait photos that come from here. While they're not Pixel 4 worthy, they're still worthy of a phone that's close. It's got some pretty decent photos coming out of this thing for it to be the $160. So, and the reason I keep focusing on price is because, remember, I want to bring you the most affordable phones that offer the most. And this phone was the first one that came to mind because also look at the way it looks. It's a beautiful. If I can get it, got it. That's another thing about this phone. It's got some fingerprints that are going to show. But if you can keep it clean, look at how beautiful that shimmer is. It's beautiful. You know, as far as the front of the phone goes, you have that dated design, but it's a design. You can actually chop that top off in the settings and just hide the cutout at the top. But I suggest using it like this to get the full effect. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I'm so used to it now. It's just one of those things. But when it comes to choosing a phone that you're going to keep, some people say, oh, I will use this as a backup phone. I'll use this as a second phone. Predominantly people who are here saying that they're using something like a Pixel 4 or an iPhone. They're just using a phone that costs a lot of money. Well, that is where this comes in, to where so you don't even have to do that. You don't have to spend a ton of money on a device just because. This performs well. It's got, let me get into the battery. Talk about a 4,000 milliamp hour battery that's good. This is optimized correctly. It's got a Snapdragon 665, I believe, in this one. And you do have a headphone jack, so that's going to help you too. But the battery, wow. You should be able to go. I don't know, I did that right there. I was going to run. You should be able to go day and a half. Easy. Not because it has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, because it's optimized great. Their software is actually really solid when compared. Like if you leave their software, you can see I have their software on here. If you leave their software in place, you should be okay. You should be okay. You can put a third-party launcher on if you want to, like Nova or something like that. Maybe it'll appear to run faster. But their software, it's the way they give it to you out of the box, the battery life is fantastic. I mean, it's just incredible. And it's just one of those things where you're going to have to just trust me and experience it. I want to talk about the network. Now, some of you guys have gone on record and said, hey, the problem with these phones is they don't have the bands that you need for the US. No 71, no 66. You don't need those bands, just so you know, folks. You don't need band 66 and band 77. Don't listen to people who tell you that. You don't need them. It's just that the network is moving in that direction, and it may be helpful. But folks, trust me when I tell you, I would never lie to you about something like this. I got this from B&H, and the bands on here, I'm going to officially read them to you. I'm going to read them to you because some people just do that, and they never really dig in and do their own research. Here are the official bands for this device for LTE. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 20, and 38. That's the LTE bands. And then you've got 850, 900, 1700, 1900, 2100 for 3G and 3.5G. So you should be covered pretty much anywhere you go. Reason being, and it's read right off the site, you can see. Reason being is because 2 and 4, folks, do not listen to people who tell you have to have band 66 and you have to have band 77. They don't know what they're talking about pretty much because you do not. Right now, if you go into an LTE area and you turn on the Discovery LTE, you're probably going to be on band 2 or band 4. Reason being is those are the ones that are built out the most right now. Those are the ones that are built out. So what happens is when companies build out networks, they don't cancel out the bands that are basically keeping them afloat. They build on top of those. So yeah, we do have band 66. Yeah, we do have band 71, but those bands are not relevant for a lot of people. That is just how it works. You don't need band 71, and you don't need band 66. People used to say you needed band 12. There are people out there that'll tell you, in my area, if I don't have band 12, I don't get LTE. Switch carriers. And this is predominantly for people because T-Mobile is a big company, and this almost always comes from people who have T-Mobile. If you're on T-Mobile and you don't get LTE, why are you with T-Mobile? Switch carriers. Switch carriers. That's all you need to do. This phone has band 2 and band 4 as the primary bands. And if you're on AT&T, 5 is another good one for you. Your service is going to be fine. If you're in a coverage area that has 2 and 4, go to T-Mobile's website, put your address in before you buy this phone, and boom. What you're looking at, don't look at the 5G map, look at the 4G map. You're looking at band 2 and you're looking at band 4. All those are the selling points that they talk about. It's a sales pitch, folks. 2 and 4 is T-Mobile's main lines. Trust me. And with that said, coverage is fantastic. Some people asked about T-Mobile LTE because T-Mobile LTE is the best in their area. They just love it. T-Mobile LTE, full service. Full T-Mobile LTE. I've said this in another video, but some people probably didn't catch it or didn't pay attention. Full LTE for T-Mobile. Full LTE. And if you're on Verizon, Boost, Virgin, Sprint, you cannot use this phone. So don't buy it. That's just the way it is. So I want to give you a follow-up video and kind of my final thoughts on this thing, man. I mean, it's a great phone. It looks good. 6.3-inch 1080p display, Snapdragon 665, killer battery, headphone jack, good, nice big screen. The bottom firing speaker is decent. It's very loud for a bottom firing speaker. But other than that, you got a headphone jack so you can plug in if you want to. But it comes with a free case in the box, so you really technically don't have to buy anything right out of the box if you don't want to. But I would tell you guys, if you're looking for affordability and a powerhouse phone with killer cameras and great battery life, which today I think most people's standards are they kind of want good battery and a good camera. From what I've seen in most of the research that I'm doing privately, people want a big battery or good battery life and a nice camera. They don't harp too much on resolution and things like that and the processor. They don't do it. So I would tell you guys, man, if you're into it and you just really want a powerhouse device that looks good, great cameras, great screen, Xiaomi is a brand that I've supported on this channel for years. So I'm not a person just reviewing Xiaomi now and I'm just going to move on to something else and never talk about Xiaomi again. Check my track record on Xiaomi. You're going to see so many Xiaomi phones on this channel being reviewed. You're going to be like, yeah, he's definitely an advocate for Xiaomi. He's always supported them. So you're getting a roundabout review from me from personal experience with Xiaomi phones. And I can tell you, I don't think I've had a bad Xiaomi device. I don't think so. So what is a full review? It's just someone's perspective on how they experience with the device. There's no wrong, there's no right. There's no he did it better or she did it better. It's just a matter of that person's perception of that device. And it's up to you to interpret it the best way you can. What you will find, though, is several reviewers might say the same thing about a device. Like, oh, man, that device is great. Then that gives you some footage or some groundwork or some kind of foundation on how if they're kind of being consistent or if the device is what people say it is. You can use it as a reference sometimes you can't. Anyway, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Kind of my thoughts on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8. The Pro version will probably be coming soon, so look for that. I'm not sure yet. But if it's anything like this, it's probably going to be great. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. More content coming on phones that are under $200, man. I love this thing. I'm about to get out of here.